afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Over New Jersey, the training facility, New York Red Bulls 2. Welcome to New Jersey, New York Red Bulls. All good? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to NewYorkRedBulls.com for this stream of USL Soccer. New York Red Bulls 2 hosting St. Louis FC, the second all-time matchup between these two clubs here at the New York Red Bulls training facility in Hanover, New Jersey. I'm David Goss. Thanks so much for joining us. The New York Red Bulls coming in at 8-7-4, hosting St. Louis at 5-7-7. New York coming off a thrilling 4-3 win over the Richmond Kickers last week at home, currently sitting in the final playoff spot in the Eastern Conference, but tied on points with Pittsburgh with a game in hand and 4 points behind Richmond with a game in hand as well. And they face off against one of the new boys in the East, St. Louis FC, an expansion club, an MLS affiliate of the Chicago Fire, but a promising and successful expansion club so far, averaging over 5,500 fans, selling out at the Worldwide Technology Field in St. Louis, connected to the Scott Gallagher Youth Club. Dale Schilly brings his boys in here, and they're looking to make a run now, sitting in 8th place, but in touching distance of the playoffs. Struggled with a lot of injuries throughout the first half of the season. Last time they faced the New York Red Bulls, they had 5 different starters in the starting lineup that they will have today. So a new look squad for this St. Louis FC team, and for Dale Schilly, especially in his captain, Brandon Barklage, who will lead this team here today, who has missed over 10 games so far this season. For New York, coming off that big win, their young players opportunities to play against Chelsea and Benfica. They came back into USL play and were able to solidify. They got a win against the Richmond Kickers. They took an early lead before falling behind, and then a lot of late drama between those two teams. Coach Wolenek expected a little bit of a chaotic performance coming off such a huge high in the Chelsea game. Now it'll be another challenge for New York. They have to adjust from going from playing in Red Bull Arena to now playing here at the training facility in Hanover. And Coach Wolenek feels like a lot of away teams bring their best game when they come into Red Bull Arena because of the excitement of being in that facility, the excitement of playing in a top-notch world-class stadium. So maybe there'll be a fall-off for both teams here a little bit in a different atmosphere. Last time these two teams faced off, New York came away with a 4-1 win. Marius Obakop had the opening goal. Conrad Pleva had 2 goals to get himself in the USL Team of the Week that week. Coach Schilly wants his team to possess the ball, to control the game, which will allow them to defend. Felt like New York controlled the game in the last matchup. He's got, like I said, Barklage back in the team. His starting center back, James Musa, returning as well from injury, along with their goalkeeper, Alec Can, coming back after spending some time with the Chicago Fire. So this is a St. Louis team that will look to possess the ball a lot more, will defend with numbers, make it tough for New York to break them down. New York coming in off a Thursday night friendly against the Newtown Pride in Connecticut. A great cause that game for New York Red Bulls, getting Red Bulls 2 another opportunity to play some meaningful minutes, a 5-1 win in that one, and now they return here to face off against St. Louis FC, which should be a big-time Eastern Conference matchup. Only 9 games left in the season for St. Louis FC, 10 for New York, and so every game counts. Now looking at that line, the top 6 teams in each conference make the postseason, and that's what these players are working for right now. A few college young players who are heading off to college still in the team. One of the last few games they'll get to play before they have to head off to school. Of course, one of the stars of the season, Derek Etienne, has already headed off to the University of Virginia. St. Louis FC representing St. Louis here, one of the prides of the United States soccer scene, really the heart of the U.S. soccer scene, as these two teams march out onto the field. We are going to go to our PA announcer for the starting lineups for the national anthem, and we will be back with the starting lineups and all your first half action. And we are ready to go here in Hanover at the training facility as these two teams prepare to set up and go at it for Coach Schilly. For only the first time this season, he gets to start the exact same lineup in back-to-back games. Found continuity in a 0-0 draw with Oklahoma City last week, their second consecutive shutout, and looking to continue with that defensive reinforcement here again today. You have your starting lineups: Alec Cannon, goal; Nick Bibbs, USL Team of the Week 2 weeks ago; Sam Fink, James Musa returning to the lineup; and Chicago Fire Loney Patrick Duty at left back. In the holding midfields, Jacob Brandon Barklage, former New York Red Bull player and captain. In the attacking three, you have Quintero Takada, Jameel Hardware, and Parker Marr. And up top, Mike Ambersley leading the score for New York. An experienced lineup in this one. Santi Castano once again in goal. Jamie Thomas at right back. Sean McLaws and Conrad Pleva in the center back roles, with Mike DeFont suspended due to yellow cards in this one. Colin Heffron at left back in the holding midfield roles, wearing the armband, and speedy Devin Williams. In the attacking three, Manolo Sanchez, Marius Obakop, and Juan Sebastian Sanchez. And up top, Chris Tsanis, coming off a 2-goal performance against the Richmond Kickers last week. USL Team, his most promising game. His movement has been fantastic over the last few weeks, but finally starting to get the goals. Our head referee today, Ryan Dos Reyes, Joe Zawikowski, and Brandon Smith, the assistants, and Dave Breckner, the fourth official, as we are ready to kick off here for the first time ever, as these two teams face off for the second time in their history. Two of the new teams in the Eastern Conference, along with FC Montreal and Toronto FC 2, and the Charlotte Independents and Louisville City, who currently sit in second place in the East. It was a quick start. The first time they faced off, Marius Obakop scoring early in the first half before Conrad Pleva gave them a 2-0 lead, and then St. Louis was able to cut it. We have kickoff here. Captain Barklage getting it started. So the fullback Bibbs out of Syracuse University has been a constant in the lineup for them. Pleva now playing that left center back role. Mike DeFont has made his own throughout the season. DeFont held out of this one due to yellow card suspensions, cumulative over the season. Daniel Bedoya, who was on the bench in this game, the only current player on New York Red Bulls 2, sitting on 4 yellow cards. McLaws has played right back a lot for this team, but has been around this team as well as the first team as a center back option out of Coastal Carolina, the first-year draft pick. St. Louis, of course, a hotbed of soccer in the U.S., and so a lot of players that have either played at SLU or surrounding area, or more importantly, players that grew up playing youth soccer in the area that have come back to play on this team. Good steal from Jamie Thomas in space. Sanchez with the cross. Good away in the end by Fink. Manolo Sanchez getting more and more minutes at the first team. Carl Ouimet, who was expected to play in this game but got minutes yesterday for the first team and could be on pace to get a start Wednesday with Damien Perenel suspended on yellow cards in MLS in Montreal against the Montreal Impact, team that signed him out of their academy, his hometown. So a special moment potentially coming for him. This field, of course, full-size regulation, 75 by 120, I'm told by the officials. Brandon Barklage floating out wide. Kept alive for St. Louis by Hardware. Barklage playing much more of an advanced role on this team, playing in the central midfield rather than where a lot of Red Bulls fans will recognize him. At fullback, Brandon from 2012 to 2013 played for the New York Red Bulls, over 40 appearances in MLS, 36 starts. And something to watch out for, scored a pair of goals in MLS action in his Red Bulls career, both goals in one game against DC United, the team that drafted him and held him for the first year of his career. So has a little taste for revenge. First time he's facing off against this New York Red Bulls 2 team, the franchise that he played for. So see if he looks to do a little bit of the same. Good start so far for St. Louis. Parker Marr dropping deep. Brian Gall on the bench in this one. Leading scorer on this team. Was drafted and played as a defender for the LA Galaxy, now playing up top, which he did in college. Here for St. Louis, 4 goals and an assist on the season. 6'5", a big presence that they can bring off the bench offensively. Another big name on the bench that everyone has been talking about this year, Charles Rankin, a one-time U.S. soccer prodigy who they can bring off the bench for an offensive sub as well. Shutout in the last game, and 0-0 tie with Oklahoma City. 1-0 victory the game before against Toronto FC 2. So 2 solid defensive performances. But as the focus has been defensively for this team, goals have been tough to come by. Good interchange from St. Louis. Leo Stoltz back to defend. Stoltz now here returning to play with New York Red Bulls 2. Has been with this team a lot throughout this year in his 14th start now. But has been up with the first team over the past few weeks, especially with the ICC going on. He, along with other players like Tyler Adams and Manolo Sanchez, playing in the ICC competition and not having the chance to play in USL action. But New York's been strong over those games anyway. A win on the road at Harrisburg City was a critical win in what could be the playoff run. And then the victory at home over the Richmond Kickers, a team that sits in front of them. Big news throughout USL as yesterday the Rochester Rhinos fell for the first time all season, undefeated from the start. Charlotte Independence knocked them off 1-0. So it's a big change here. The Eastern Conference leaders by far. Rochester Rhinos have been the class of the East. Louisville City in their first year making a strong run now, currently sitting in second place, passing over to the Charleston Battery, who started the year just as strong as Rochester and have not been able to maintain it. Free kick here. to be taken. Alec Can, the goalkeeper, headed back there from play, but dangerous as Ambersley almost able to pick it off. Taken, though, in the end by Castano. Don't forget to visit the new USLsoccer.com, get the latest news, live stats, and check out the new social media hub. That's USLsoccer.com. Check it out. A heavy weekend of action so far this week already. Pittsburgh coming up with a 3-0 victory over Wilmington. Vincent Kerr with a hat trick continues offensively. Sacramento knocking off Seattle Sounders 2. In the West, a big game. An opportunity here, the first one of the game. Tsanis can't get it under control. Sam Fink with the good cover there as the wind whips across this facility. The first time of the season the New York Red Bulls 2 have played here. They train here every single day, though, so they're comfortable with the facility. Coach Wolenek specifically stressing that it's going to be a little bit of a challenge to make sure the players maybe don't come out too slow because they're so comfortable here and they feel like they are where they work every day, and hoping maybe that they could feel a little bit of that home pride, trying to establish themselves early against St. Louis. St. Louis wants to control the ball and play out of the back. James Musa, number 14, the left center back, New Zealand international, who's very capable, as is Alec Can. Coach Wolenek feels like that plays into their hands. They want to high press and pick off balls. Play over there called with the foul. Takata takes it quickly. Kentira Takata out of Japan. Has a lot of experience playing professionally here in the U.S. They look to sneak him through. Well read by Heffron, but then the turnover to Hardware. Hardware shot goes off the back of Plavin, now alive in the box. Ambersley able to beat Castano, but cleared by Jamie Thomas, still alive in the box. Ambersley can't bring it down. Bibbs is going to save it. Chaos off that deflected shot off Plava. Castano caught at a goal. Jamie Thomas does the right thing, though, covers his goalkeeper and was able to clear. New York now pinched in. Ambersley with a good pass. Hardware. Great first touch from the young Jamaican. Gets it wide. Duty pushing forward. Cross is kept alive. Cleared eventually by Williams. Patrick Duty getting 3 straight starts with the Chicago Fire during their injury crisis before returning back here. Came back to the team this week, but was with St. Louis for over 3 months, so is comfortable with the team. Bryce Kingsley also loaned from Chicago to St. Louis, but didn't arrive in time to make this trip out to the East Coast. These few games are going to be a great test for St. Louis as they get completely healthy as a team to see where they stand in the Eastern Conference. St. Louis dropping off a little bit here, allowing New York some easy possession in the early minutes of this one. A little bit of action both ends so far. Only the one clear goal-scoring chance. Obakop able to turn his man. Playing in that number 10 role here today, looking to set up his teammates. Of course, with the confidence after scoring against this team in the first matchup. Barklage here once again getting forward. Barklage, an MLS-level player in the prime of his career. St. Louis native, St. Louis University alumni. Was excited to come back and be a part of this project. Due to injuries, has been as involved as he'd like to be, but it has been every bit as important as you see there when he has been healthy. Takata takes a spill there after a late push he's not happy with. Takata played. Put through, looking to get a cross in. He finally does to the far post, doesn't find anyone. Jamie Thomas now will keep it in. Leo Stoltz dropping deep to help set this team up again. Stoltz wearing the captain's armband as he has in almost every game he's played with this New York Red Bulls 2 team. Speedy Williams there does a good job to keep the ball under possession. Williams now in his 4th game with this team. Pushes it down the line now, Sanchez. Sanchez crosses it in, touched by Manolo Sanchez. And goes out for a goal kick. Juan Sebastian Sanchez making a good run down that left wing. Committed to Tulsa University. Sanchez has been in New York Red Bulls Academy now for about 2 years. Playing with this New York Red Bulls 2 team throughout this season and has had some success. His 4th, does it appear, 12 times, along with Derek Etienne, the most for any of the academy players. Pleva now a great option on these set pieces. Has that height and ability to play center back, but so center midfielder, Silky on the ball. Castagna. Long ball over the top for Pleva. Sanas making that run out wide, and he gets called offsides. Sanas hasn't had many touches so far today. St. Louis restarts it quickly. Bibbs there, the Philly native up to Ambersley. Ambersley, as we said, another one of those St. Louis natives. Was the first signing in this new club's history. Played for AC St. Louis, who played in the NASL. They were coached for a half season by Dale Schilly. Played at the same facility, but a different ownership group and a different setup and a different league. Mike Ambersley, though, a lot of success with AC St. Louis, 9 goals in that one season. And now playing with St. Louis FC. Takada fouled there. Bibbs not happy. Second rough play from New York in a row. Our head ref, Ryan Dos Rios. St. Louis, everyone knows, is a great soccer city in the U.S. Haven't had a lot of first-flight professional success, but used to be the only home for the U.S. national team in the 70s and 80s, where they could draw a dominating home crowd. Throughout the 1990 World Cup qualifying cycle, it was their home and will be their home once again. The announcement that in the beginning of this new 2018 World Cup cycle, Busch Stadium will host one of the World Cup the first of the group stage of the CONCACAF World Cup qualifying for New York, for the U.S., excuse me. This battle goes on here. Former New York Red Bull Tim Ream, St. Louis native, Taylor Twellman, an MLS legend. Vidadi Bisevic, Bosnia-Herzegovina World Cup starter, all out of the St. Louis area, as well as the SLU Soccer School. Don't forget to become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. Go to the USL on Facebook. And don't forget, you can always tweet at us, NYVSTL, hashtag for this game, at NYRB2. Stay involved with the broadcast, and if you weren't able to come out to this game, first come, first serve basis for the fans coming out here. McClaw's here, patient, taking his time. St. Louis not looking to push too high. They really did get pulled apart by Obacop's speed in the first game. And for Dale Schilly organizationally. Their team fell to FC Montreal 5-2 a few weeks ago, and that was the game where they saw organizationally the way they set up defensively just not good enough, not happy with the plan, and so they went back to the drawing board, reworked it, and have come back now with back-to-back shutouts. Now just looking for that balance, that ability to defend confidently as a unit and still get some attacking opportunities. Alec Can with the long goal kick, won by Juan Sanchez. Now Manolo Sanchez off on the dribble. Maris Obakop going to trouble this back line. Deflect it away. But go out for a corner kick for New York. Leo Stoltz over to take. Pleva moving into that box to be an aerial threat. Scored 2 against this team in the first matchup. Pleva off his head, still alive in the box. No call made, still up in the air now. Jamie Thomas heads it back in. Sanas looking to get on the end of it. He can't. Obakop with the volley flicked on the way, but easily taken into the hands of Alec Can. A lot of bodies between the goalie and the ball there. Obakop with that volley. Unfortunately for Can, lands directly in his arms. Heffron trying to play it through for Obakop. Mistake made by him. Bibbs over the top. Nick Bibbs, his 6th start of the season. And a part of this newly constructed back line. Claus with the slide tackle there and out for a throw-in. St. Louis coming in here playing toe-to-toe on the road so far, and it's not much of a surprise when you look at this St. Louis team. They've actually, even with the fantastic home support that they've had, have actually been better on the road, 4-2-3 on the road, only 1 win at home. They've gone on the road and shown that they can compete with anyone in the league, and for Coach Schilly now it's just trying to figure out how to solve that riddle of getting victories at home. New York had a similar issue early in the season. Their best run of the season was the 6-game road trip they went on where they beat St. Louis, went on a 3-game winning streak, a 4-game undefeated streak, and then immediately came home and lost to Harrisburg City before going on the road and beating Harrisburg City the following weekend. So both these coaches dealing with that question mark. A lot of teams, it's the opposite. So it's been very odd to see. Thomas with the win. Obakop able to beat the first man, Barklage, easily, and lays it out to Sanchez. New York looks to break. Sanchez here one-on-one with the center back, Musa. Gets by Musa. Still alive in the box to Obakop and puts his shot too high. The quick counterattack through the feet of Marius Obakop. Him and Sanchez. Manolo Sanchez linking up. Doing a great job there. Manolo Sanchez beats his man. Sets up Marius Obakop, and Obakop just couldn't get over the ball. His strike taking it up over the goal. Otherwise, for the 2nd time this year, he was going to have the opening goal against St. Louis FC. So the best chance of the game, one for either team. Mike Ambersley with was able to beat Castano with his chip, with Castano out of goal, but Jamie Thomas cleared it off the line there, and then Maris Obakop just a minute ago on that counter attack, putting his shot from the middle of the box just over the top of the crossbar. Bushu pushing it wide to Duty. Patrick Duty here on loan, but knows this team very well. Has a great connection with a lot of this team. Grew up with Jacob Bushu in Naperville, Indiana, and played in college with Brian Gall and Brian Ciesluska. Barclage able to come away there with the win. Good interception there from Jamie Thomas. Speedy Williams looking to release pressure. St. Louis now with a little bit more high pressure than we've seen before. Throw in now for New York deep in their own half. Jamie Thomas, the St. John's alumni, getting the start here today. Started consistently for this team now, his 13th start. Coach Schilly, very complimentary of the job John Wolnick's been able to do with the turnover in his lineup and the ability to put out a consistent product for this New York Red Bulls 2 team. Has not been an easy job. It also hasn't been a job with much of a blueprint or training. LA Galaxy 2 launched last season. 7 MLS teams launching. USL 2 teams this year. So there wasn't much to learn from Brandon Barclage. Great aggressive play there, showing that tenacity that took him to the highest level. Barclage, a guy who's always been bit a little bit by the injury bug, tore his ACL when he was with DC United. A hip injury forced him to miss a lot of time his last season with the New York Red Bulls. A foot injury made him miss a lot of time with the San Jose Earthquakes last year after he started 10 of his 13 appearances, but as you can see, only appeared 13 times before returning to his hometown of St. Louis. Ambersley there with the pressure on Pleva. Pleva unknowingly turning into it. Gets a few words of guidance from the sideline. St. Louis here in this game starts their last 9 matches of the season. This one including 7 of them against the 7 teams that stand in front of them in the playoffs. So if St. Louis can turn it on now, they still have a lot of opportunities for those 6-pointers to make up ground and move up the Eastern Conference. But time's starting to run out to turn it on. St. Louis will have to make that move soon. So well embraced by that Soccer City, the St. Louligans supporters group. Any of you out there watching, we welcome you into this broadcast here on NewYorkRedBulls.com. David Gosh joining you for all of your New York Red Bulls 2 USL action. Sondas there, his touch back to Can. Long kick down the middle. Jamie Thomas wins it, but to Takata. Takata looking for that early ball there. Ambersley able to win it now. Holds up, waiting for help. St. Louis back on the attack now. Jameel Hardware showing off that phenomenal touch that he has. Sonis able to hold it up now as the counter the other way for New York might be on. Musa out wide with Obacop. Musa able to knock it away for the corner kick. James Musa pulled out wide there, one-on-one. A scary endeavor against a player of Marius Obacop's athleticism. Heffron now. That cross blocked. Hardware putting on some light pressure. Don't forget to follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider. Join club conversations and have a chance at exclusive giveaways. It's at USL on Twitter. First substitution prepared now for St. Louis of the game. Brian Gall is going to enter. Maybe a little bit of surprise in this one that he does not get the start. This is the first sub off the bench and very early, and he's going to come in for Brandon Barklage. And that's not good to see because you have to think that's due to an injury problem. So the captain, Barklage, coming off as he returns to this facility that he helped open up as a New York Red Bull player. And now returning with his hometown team, St. Louis FC, and Brian Gall checking in. We'll see where Gall goes to play. Gall normally playing in that striker role underneath Ambersley, where Jameel Hardware is. So we'll see where he goes, but Gall, a physically imposing presence. As Coach Shilley in front of us starts shifting around his formation, looks like Parker Marr is going to slide into the central midfield role alongside Bushu, with Gall moving up. Brian Gall, I mentioned earlier, drafted by the LA Galaxy, 14 appearances, but all as a defender. Coming back to St. Louis, has started in 17 games this season, 4 goals and an assist. Immediately looking to get involved along that right wing, next to Bibbs. So Takata will move to left midfield. As Brian Gall will move in to right midfield. So one of the players that Coach Shilley felt like would be a big difference maker in a turnaround of a performance from the last time against New York to this time was Brandon Barklage. And after only 25 minutes, was forced to leave this one. Gall, though, immediately getting involved, a different type of player. 6'5", a physical presence, an aerial presence. Good setup player as well. Normally sitting back and winning that second ball off of Ambersley. Takata there, switching sides. Gall has Hardware down this right wing. Hardware, you see with that cast on. Puts the cross in. Castano with the punch. Big collision between him and Ambersley there. Marr able to keep it alive. Bibbs now out wide. He puts a cross in. Cleared by McLaws awkwardly. Stoltz back to play of his feet. Pleva looks to play out to Tsanis. Tsanis able to turn his man, and he's got space to run. Fink chasing him. Sonis moving towards the middle of the field. Looking for that chance on goal. Sonis gets the left-footed shot away. Pulls it wide of that far post. Good counterattack through Chris Sonis. Out from his own half. Able to get the beat on Fink. Get himself all the way into shooting position up the field. Chris Sonis. Jameel Hardware with that cast on. Still playing with the broken finger, as well as an assortment of injuries. Jameel Hardware getting a little bit of help from the physio. As Bryant Gall's fouled in the back by Heffron on that goal kick. Just over 30 minutes played so far here in the first half. As the New York Red Bulls 2 host St. Louis FC for the first time ever. Gall with the flick on. Speedy Williams, who didn't get his first goal of his career in the last game. His shot deflecting off of Juan Sebastian Sanchez and crediting Sanchez with his first goal. Williams getting the assist, also hitting the crossbar just 2 minutes after. We know his ability to shoot from distance. Very simple on the ball in the midfield. Coach Wolonek clearly very happy with what he's gotten, which has been perfectly timed with the injury of Dan Metzger and the U23 call-ups that Dan Metzger has gotten this year. Williams has been critical in that holding midfield role. Mara here coming off that left wing, now playing in the center. Turn over to Sanchez. Juan Sebastian Sanchez doesn't have numbers. Going to get to his left foot, trying to get by Fink and Bibbs. Fink battling him out. Finally defects back. Sonis, though, there to pick it up. Good work from Sanchez to change the point of attack. Williams with that long strike that we know he loves to take. Pulls that one wide of the near post. Speedy Williams, native of Jamaica. Played his college soccer here in New Jersey at Roger Morris, excuse me. Bibbs able to win that one. Everything has been down Bibbs' side so far, both offensively for St. Louis and for New York. Haven't really seen much from Patrick Duty. Stoltz. New York hasn't been able to get numbers up into the attack throughout the second part of this first half. Miscommunication there, and Williams puts it out. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. It's nike.com/soccer. USL having a banner year. Record amount of entrants. We've already heard from our commissioner that the expansion clubs for next season are already locked in and ready to go. Cannot wait to hear who will be added. Takata there with the shot just wide of the near post. Takata moving into the 18-yard box there, letting fly. Castano at full extension. Didn't have to make a save. So it sailed by the post. A good look for St. Louis. They've had a good amount of possession in this first half. Not a lot of goal-scoring opportunities. Ambersley with the best of them so far. McClaws floats that ball into space. Gall can't control it. Manolo Sanchez now, also a Philadelphia native. ACC guy at Clemson. Nick Bibbs, a Philadelphia native and an ACC guy at Syracuse, now part of the ACC. Heffron, his cross blocked by Bibbs. Pleva keeping it in. Pleva high up the field now. Ambersley and McClaws back at midfield by themselves. Williams pass deflected. New York looking to pass through this well-organized St. Louis FC defense. Stoltz sprays it wide to Thomas. Williams looking to play Thomas in, cleared by Musa. James Musa reading the play, stepping up at the last moment. Spent the last 10 minutes of this first half. New York Red Bulls 2 at 8-7-4 on 28 points, hosting St. Louis FC. 5-7-7 on 22 points. St. Louis FC falling on June 27th at home to New York 4-1. Playing them toe-to-toe here in Hanover, New Jersey at the Red Bull training facility. Tanis. Foul called there on Brian Gall. Great opportunity now for New York. A good shooting opportunity here. Of course, this game, as well as all USL regular season and playoff games, are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. Thank you so much for tuning in here, NewYorkRedBulls.com, New York Red Bulls YouTube page, to watch this New York Red Bulls 2 broadcast. Obakop, Stoltz, and Sanchez standing over this one. The wall set up here for Kahn off to his right. So Stoltz could try and curl it over the top. Pulling it back out to the near post. So it could be Obakop left-footed, trying to curl it around the wall and into the post. New York looking to break this one open. Stoltz with the hit to the far post. Saved by Kahn. Gets back up and is able to cover it. Leo Stoltz trying to bypass the wall. Off to that right side. Alec Can diving out as the planes land over us and making the save. Ambersley looking to restart the attack the other way. Hardware, who's been quiet in this first half. Bibbs now. Can he get the best of Heffron? Pleva with the good cover. Puts it out for the first corner kick of the game to St. Louis FC. St. Louis in no rush now. Looks like Patrick Duty over to take. Naperville, Illinois native. Chicago Fire homegrown signing. The left-footed cross into the near post. Ambersley lays it off. No one there to take it. Now Jamie Thomas looking to counter the other way. Sam Fink is back to cover. Parker Marr, but Obakop able to get away the shot and the goal for the second time this season. Marius Obakop able to open up the scoring against St. Louis FC. A textbook counterattack off the corner kick, and that's the danger of a near post corner kick. You have to know that you leave yourself to susceptible to the counterattack. Jamie Thomas able to carry enough space, laying Obakop into space. Parker Marr trying to cover, but nothing he could do, and Obakop confident and composed on the finish. Marius Obakop with his third goal of the season. Jamie Thomas, we believe, will get an assist, which would be his first of the season. And New York able to take a big 1-0 lead here with the 40th minute goal. St. Louis wanted to get the opening goal of this game. Felt like they've defended much better when they've been ahead. For New York, it's been crucial as well throughout the season now. St. Louis trying to tie it up. Gall with the shot, deflected off Pleva, and out for a corner kick. St. Louis now about 5 minutes of first half action to try and get back into it. Don't forget to come out for New York Red Bulls 2 next home match Wednesday, August 12th at 7:30 p.m. as the Charlotte Independents come to town at RBA. For tickets and more information on this match or any this season, log on to NewYorkRedBulls.com or call 1-844-22-RBNY2. That's 1-844-22-RBNY2. Charlotte Independents now knocking off Rochester, one of the most dangerous teams. But here's the cross from St. Louis, cleared away by New York. Marr now allowing it to roll out to a throw-in for St. Louis. St. Louis, a lot of options on those set-piece opportunities. Sam Fink and James Musa coming forward. Brian Gall now, 6'5" on the field. Castano here, just minutes left in the first half. New York Red Bulls 2 taking a 1-0 lead just minutes ago through Marius Obakop. Obakop, when he's been with this side, has been an offensive spark plug for this team now. In his 12th appearance, 3 goals and an assist. He, along with Anatole Bong, really were the leaders offensively in the first few games against Charleston and Toronto FC 2. Anatole Bong, we've seen his development as he's moved up to the MLS team and continues to score goals. Scored another one last night against the Philadelphia Union. And Obakop had an assist on Bong's second ever goal against the Dynamo. The 2 natives of Cameroon, originally signed by Rainbow FC. Leo Stoltz here. New York, now they have the luxury. They can be patient offensively. St. Louis needs that goal. Hardware's pass just deflected at the last minute from McClaws. Back to Hardware, though, looking to turn into some space. Still alive for St. Louis. Marr, through 3 bodies, goes down now. Foul called on the top of the box. All right, referee Ryan Dos Reyes making the call. There was a lot of contact from 3 or 4 different players, but the initial contact called. And now a great shooting opportunity for St. Louis here at the close of the first half to try and tie it up. Jameel Hardware and Parker Marr showing their ability on the ball. Marr, Joplin, Missouri native. Played at Missouri State. And has been a constant in the lineup. It's the 17th start of the season. So we have official confirmation 1 minute minimum of stoppage time here on the first half. James Musa standing over this one as well. A lot of bodies for St. Louis. Ambersley and Gall. Ambersley with the early shot. Castano, a clean save from him. Bodies running in to try and knock in any sort of deflection, and Castano able to hold that shot from Mike Ambersley. Castano hasn't had a lot of work to do. Hasn't had a lot of touches on the ball. Bibbs wins that one back to Musa. Musa, the long ball over the top. Ambersley able to flick it on now. Takata challenging with Jamie Thomas, and the flag goes up from our linesman. So we have a call, like a foul called there against Takata. Castagno. Take there. Only seconds left here in the first half. It's been a good first half so far, these two teams coming out playing toe-to-toe. They both had their moments where they've dominated possession. St. Louis early on, the better of the two. New York then, their phases. St. Louis controlled possession again, but New York, the goal off the counter attack. The corner kick taken to the near post by St. Louis, and you always hear coaches say it's a dangerous play. If you're going to do it, you have to execute it well. New York was able to execute their counterattack well. As Marius Obakop puts his team up over St. Louis FC 1-0 for the second time this season. New York Red Bulls 2, 1, St. Louis FC 0 here at the New York Red Bulls training facility in Hanover, New Jersey. We will be back with all of your second half action as well as second half action coming up on NewYorkRedBulls.com. David Goss back here for NewYorkRedBulls.com. New York Red Bulls 2 leading St. Louis FC 1-0 through Marius Obakop's 40th minute strike. Jamie Thomas recording the assist, his first assist or goal of the season. So he gets himself on the scoreboard for the first time ever in St. Louis FC. An early first half substitution, Brandon Barklage forced to come out. Brian Gall coming in for him. As St. Louis FC looks to turn this around here in the second half. New York Red Bulls 2, we've said a lot of different playing experience for these players. This week, Thursday night, they took on Newtown Pride FC in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Newtown Pride FC representing Newtown, Connecticut. It was a good opportunity to raise money for the Newtown Youth and Family Services. New York Red Bulls 2 taking part in that one. Juan Sebastian Sanchez getting 2 goals. New signing Stefano Bonomo, who we haven't seen so far in this game, getting his first appearance with New York Red Bulls 2 in that one, and just a great opportunity to take part of a good fundraising chance. That game played at the ballpark at Harbor Yard. New York Red Bulls 2. GM Sean Oliver talking about the pride they had in taking part in that event. For New York from here, they head away on a quick 2-game road trip, 2 games in 3 days against the Charleston Independents and the Wilmington Hammerheads before coming home to face the Charlotte Independents. St. Louis FC, already 1 sub so far in this game, preparing for their second substitution. It looks like Jeremy Lynch is going to check into this one, as well as Charles Rankin. So Jeremy Lynch, who scored in the first matchup between these two teams. And these two attacking substitutions. Charles Rankin checking in for Jameel Hardware. And Jeremy Lynch checking in for number 10, Kentiro Takada. Charles Rankin, a name who got a lot of people excited. U.S. soccer circles as a 13-year-old, was part of the U.S. U17 residency program. He's considered the brightest star in U.S. youth soccer for a while. Went over to Germany at a young age to play with Hoffenheim before coming back to the U.S., spending time with the Portland Timbers as well as Arizona United, and now back home in his St. Louis area where he was raised, being born in Zambia. And has played heavy amount of appearances so far this season. Injuries have been a tough part of his career, but he's a player who loves to get on the ball and take guys one-on-one. Jeremy Lynch, a good goal scorer himself, as I said earlier, scored in the first matchup against New York. Now going up top in place of Ambersley, the Jamaican. He's got 4 goals so far this season, tied with Brian Gall for number 1 on the team. Colin Heffron making a foray into the offensive third. Not able to counter. Rankin now making his 20th appearance with 2 goals and an assist. Jeremy Lynch making his 16th appearance. The wind starting to blow across this field here at the training facility. A call made by our head referee. Foul going against Juan Sebastian Sanchez. For New York. This is 3 subs now for St. Louis. 5 subs, of course, allowed in USL. New York yet to make a substitution. They have options on the bench defensively. Bolo Akinyode and Henry Martin. This one's floated in for St. Louis. foul called against St. Louis FC. Attacking subs in Stefano Bonomo as well as Franklin Castellanos, who scored that goal against Chelsea to open up the New York Red Bulls scoring. Victor Monsalves on the bench, and Daniel Bedoya, who got the 4th goal against Richmond in the last game. Castagno with pressure on him. Tough play for him. Another free kick going towards St. Louis, for St. Louis here. Ambersley now wearing the captain's armband with Barklage off the field. Is it out wide to Duty? Jamie Thomas and Patrick Duty in a physical battle there. Williams plays out of pressure well. Sanchez flicking it on, losing possession. Flicked on by Rankin. Lynch looking to back his man up. The hit there from Marr goes off the defender's back. Manolo Sanchez looking to get away. Lynch pulling the jersey just on the field, only for a few minutes, and already shown a yellow card. The first of the game going to Jeremy Lynch. So Jeremy Lynch, first yellow card of the game.
The referee has issued a yellow card to St. Louis FC's number 9, Jeremy Lynch, in the 49th minute.
Duty flicks it on. Sanchez trying to keep the attack alive. Thomas floats it up for Tsanis. Flicked on by Musa, I guess. Purposely flicking it back to his goalkeeper. Dangerous play there. A lot of action around the box, but it works out well. And Alec Can now with the long punt up to Lynch. Lynch much more of a target up top than Ambersley, allowing Ambersley to drop deep and find the ball. Brian Gall, it looks like it's going to be pushing a little bit higher as well here in the second half as the St. Louis FC team looks for the tying goal. Gall goes to ground there. Clean play. Referee says play on. Manolo Sanchez making the run up the right. It looked like he had space. Sean McClaws now coming up from his center back position. Manolo Sanchez. Speedy Williams can't get that one. Parker Marr able to get possession. Charles Rankin getting back on the ball, but Obakop takes it away. Corner kick coming now. New York Red Bulls 2 looking to double that lead. Don't forget to visit the new USLsoccer.com, get the latest news, live stats, and check out the new social media hub, USLsoccer.com. Don't forget to check it out tomorrow, the USL Team of the Week. Stoltz whips it in. Cleared by St. Louis. The near post, Obakop back out to Stoltz. Leiva's got space on the top of the box. It's right by the referee, and the shot's blocked. Juan Sanchez, though, acres of space out here, puts the left-footed cross in over Heffron's head. Sanchez needed to be more accurate with that chance. Had so much space to pick out a teammate. McClaws puts it back to Castagno. Castagno gets it moving quickly again. This one floated over the top. Musa able to win it over Sanis. Now back to James Musa, the smooth ball playing center back. Immediately switches the field to Bibbs. Just a step too far for Bibbs though, and Heffron able to come in and win it. Manolo Sanchez in a foot race there. Well defended in the end by Bushu. St. Louis FC now in attack mode in the second half. Rankin goes by 2. McClaw is able to knock him over. Rankin getting on his horse there. Starting to get some speed. As New York has a man down behind the play. Looks like Colin Heffron. Down on the far side, it is Heffron. Heffron came into the season training with the first team. Had tryouts with the first team throughout preseason, but actually due to an injury wasn't able to continue playing and was forced to sit out. Ended up signing with New York Red Bulls too, immediately becoming a starter. Got a bit of a compliment from the special one, Jose Mourinho, a few weeks ago. Mourinho in the post-game press conference after their loss to New York Red Bulls, in which many of these NYRB2 players played in, said Azpilicueta is the best left back in England, but that he couldn't handle the blonde one on the night, Colin Heffron being the blonde one in that scenario. Now picking up a lifelong nickname from Mourinho. The entire bench for New York up and warming up here. We'll see if a substitution will be necessary immediately for Heffron. Defensively, I already mentioned Henry Martin. Boloak and Yode's play time at left back. Martin can go there and slide Sean McClaws out wide as well. And we'll restart this one as a goal kick for New York. This training field directly next to a small airport out here in Hanover, New Jersey. Might be hearing the planes going overhead. A picturesque field. A line of perfect fields out here at the New York Red Bulls training facility for the matchup between New York Red Bulls 2 and St. Louis FC. A 1-0 lead for New York through Marius Obakop at St. Louis, coming out of halftime with 2 offensive subs, trying to turn it around. Gall here, looking to link up with Lynch. Ambersley wide to Duty. Duty with the left foot, floats it in. Lynch challenging Castano. Castano able to take it. Jeremy Lynch, a big, dangerous presence, making it tough for Castano, the native of Victoria, Jamaica. Now another chance potentially here. Gall laying it off for Lynch, and Castano just outstretched, taking it off the foot of Lynch. St. Louis FC now looking to push higher and keep creating these opportunities. They've gone all in here in the second half, looking for goals. Manolo Sanchez beat out by Duty. It did look like a handball from my angle. Sanchez saying that to the referee, but happened quickly in the play. And now time to play on. St. Louis FC can't keep it in bounds on the far side. New York looking to make a substitution now. Coming. Heffron has checked back in, so we'll see who it's for. Looks like Henry Martin will check in. See if Heffron will be the one coming out. Let you know as soon as I do. David Goss here on NewYorkRedBulls.com. The New York Red Bulls training facility. It's the New York Red Bulls 2. Host St. Louis FC. Jim Kavanagh launching the St. Louis FC team, a guy who knows the game very well, played in the 1984 Olympics for the U.S. national team as well as in the Pan Am Games. Don't forget to become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. Attack alive here and out for a corner kick, a goal kick, the last touch going on the New York Red Bulls. Looks like Henry Martin preparing to come in. It's going to be Jamie Thomas coming out. Most likely we'll see Sean McClaws go out to right back. Henry Martin, a New York Red Bull Academy player, set to move on to play at Princeton this fall, which actually gives him the chance to play even more time here in the USL because of its proximity in Ivy League starting later than all other conferences. And he gets thrown right into the fire against players Mike Ambersley, Brian Gall, Jeremy Lynch, and Charles Rankin. Martin plays it up the line. Sanis lays it off. Obacop in a battle there. Bushu. New York looking to connect a little. Speedy Williams, as usual, within 2 touches, finding the right outlet pass, relieving pressure, so good in that midfield role. Pleva pushing forward now. New York putting numbers into the attack. It's been all St. Louis here in the second half. Musa clears. Duty looks to put it up the line. Ambersley, the hold-up play there. New York pressing high now. St. Louis doing a good job breaking that pressure. Rankin's got space on the far right side. Lynch floating out to give him support. Gall here, one-on-one with McClaws. Lays it off for Duty. Duty puts it in for Jeremy Lynch. Best chance of the second half. Lynch with the header, but right at Castano. Patrick Duty, we see that quality left-footed service once again from the fullback position. Whenever he can get forward. And Jeremy Lynch rose up on that one. No defender around him. Wasn't close to goal, but could put it anywhere and ended up putting it straight at the keeper. Juan Sanchez and Manolo Sanchez have flipped sides here in the second half. They're going to change up the look of the attack. Foul there going against Pleva. Pleva throws the ball away a lot farther than he had to. The referee having a conversation with him. New York looking at what could be a long 30 minutes if they're going to hold on to this 1-0 lead. St. Louis really starting to throw the numbers forward. Make sure to follow New York Red Bulls 2 on Twitter and Facebook at NYRB2. Join the conversation for this match on social media using the hashtag NYVSTL. I'd love to get the fans involved and hear what they have to say about the game. Formations, tactics, run of play. Young players or veterans that they're excited about. Pleva there does well to play out of pressure. Obacop dropping deep to help his team out. Sanis can't hold up there. Sam Fink able to win it. Now Rankin's got space here on the top of the box. Looks for the feet of Gall. Gall using his body to save it. And his shot just wide of that post. Brian Gall with that big 6'5" frame able to hold off the defender and get the shot away, but can't put it on frame. Castano here will take as we have another substitution prepared for the New York Red Bulls too. We'll have to wait till after the goal kick. Jeremy Lynch there going down, and he's not happy, right up in the referee's face, but he has to be careful. Came in, got a yellow card almost immediately after coming in. Substitution now coming for New York, and for the first time ever, Stefano Bonomo coming in, and he's going to come in for Chris Sonis. So Bonomo making his first ever official appearance, played in the exhibition against the Newtown Pride on Thursday night, scored a goal. But his first opportunity here in USL action, New York Red Bull Super Draft pick in the second round this year out of University of California, Berkeley. He's a Bear. This one floated in, knocked down, still alive. Good chance here for Lynch. A deflection, still alive, and cleared off the line and out for a corner kick. Excuse me, a goal kick in the end. Chaos in the box. New York Red Bulls, too, may be fortunate to still be leading in this one. Heffron knocked his header down. Jeremy Lynch standing right there. Got a chance on the volley and couldn't put it home. St. Louis FC continuing to bang on the door but can't quite get it open. Sanchez there with the flick on to Juan Sebastian Sanchez. Offside flag goes up, but it won't matter. Stefano Bonomo played as a forward in college. More of a tweener was that here. Not exactly a target forward like Chris Sonis is. So it looks like Juan Sebastian Sanchez will go up top to play there. Pleva there plays the header back with Rankin closing quickly. And Heffron looks to take advantage of that extra space. Up the line to Obakop. Obakop can't keep it in bounds. So our first opportunity here to see Bonomo. He's got an Italian passport, and so out of the MLS draft, he went overseas to trial with a few teams, 2 in Italy, 1 in Poland, 1 as well in England, we believe, before finally coming back. Started training with the New York Red Bulls first team in July. Eventually was able to secure a signature here with the New York Red Bulls too. And we've seen what a great opportunity it's been for players who have gotten time here, getting minutes against Chelsea and Benfica, as well as in U.S. Open Cup play. Parker Marr here in space, similar area right from where Marius Obakop scored, but Marr pulls his shot wide. Parker Marr couldn't get that one on frame. Would have been his second goal of the season and a massive goal for the St. Louis team. Getting down that left wing and just pulling his shot wide of that far post. Similar area to from where Obakop scored. Don't forget, New York Red Bull 2 upcoming home match Wednesday, August 12th, 7:30 p.m. So the Charlotte Independents come to town for the first time at Red Bull Arena. For tickets and more info for this match or any, log on to NewYorkRedBulls.com or call 1-844-22-RBNY2. That's 1-844-22-RBNY2. New York Red Bulls 2. They could secure a win here. Really would start to put some distance between them and the playoff line here in their first ever season. Eastern Conference, 3 MLS affiliates, FC Montreal and Toronto FC, bringing up the rear of the conference, and New York Red Bulls 2, currently sitting tied in 6th place. With a win here, would move up to 1 point off 4th place into 5th. Lots of numbers. New York's first team, New York Red Bulls, securing a victory against their neighbors, the Philadelphia Union, last night. McClaws looks to play it in the path of Manolo Sanchez, but played too hard. Pleva wins that header uncontested. Obakop now looking to turn and run into some space. Marius Obakop's the lone goal so far in this game, Bonomo here, showing off a little bit what he has. Devin Speedy Williams taken down behind the play. Charles Rankin now issued a yellow card. Rankin coming clean through on that one. Getting none of the ball and getting the man after the play. Second yellow card of the game issued. The Speedy Williams now is down. 1 assist so far on the season for Williams in what is now his third appearance in USL action and his third start. Has immediately stepped in and been a solid member of this team. Boloak and Yode, who could play in that midfield role, now putting a jersey on, was already up, preparing to come on. So it may just be accelerated by a few minutes here. An opportunity for both these teams to get a little bit of water. .84 and sunny here in Hanover, New Jersey. It's past 6:30 as the sun begins to set. Out on the edge of this expansive training facility the New York Red Bulls put together. Williams now heading off the field slowly, getting a little bit of water. Looks like he will continue. Leyva takes it short. Manolo Sanchez putting off the head of Bonomo and put over the top by Can. An awkward angle there. Bonomo getting anything he could on it. And it floated up towards that far post. Eventually, Can putting it over in another corner kick attempt. Opportunity now for New York. Pleva and Henry Martin, two big center backs getting forward. Bonomo, 6'2", another aerial threat now on the field. Played in low at the near post, knocked down. Cleared, but only as far as Williams. Stoltz now will get a second chance at it. Floats this one in, won by Musa. Obakop now going back towards his own goal, and will play it there to Castaños. Boloak and Yode now has his penny off and is ready to check in. 2 substitutions as well coming here for St. Louis.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Entering the game for Red Bulls 2. Number 93, Boloak.
So first the substitution for New York. Boloak and Yode coming in for Marius Obakop. So the one goal of the game so far, now the winning goal as it stands. To Marius Obakop, the second time this season he has scored against St. Louis. He checks out. Akin Yode will come in and we will see where they go positionally. And the last 2 substitutions of the game for St. Louis FC coming now. So Nick Bibbs, the right back, coming off as Brian Ciaskolka comes on. And it looks like Peter Kelly coming in for Jeremy Lynch, who came in as a substitute. So Lynch coming off here with an injury. An unfortunate short stint for him. So he goes off to the bench to sit with the trainer. Follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider. Join club conversations. Have a chance at exclusive giveaways. It's at USL on Twitter. Don't forget at NYRB2 as well. Henry Martin there. The win, but Rankin able to get it right back from him. Trying to find Kelly now. Gall. Ciasulka, and the goal right off the bench. His first touch of the game. And Brian Ciasulka with the goal. St. Louis has pushed for it all second half. And they finally get it here. With minutes left. A minute after coming on. Sulka gets the goal, his first of the season in his 18th appearance. What a moment for St. Louis FC. They came out full attack mode in the second half out of the halftime locker room, and they are able to draw 1-1. Let's see where it goes from here. Can either team get themselves a winner?
In the 72nd minute. Siuskala in the 72nd minute.
So minutes. Right as Marius Obakop, who scored the lone goal, goes off. This one taken easily by Can. Can either team find a winner here? Just about 15 minutes left. Brian Gall now playing up top with the introduction of Peter Kelly, who's gone out left. Sulka, a Marquette University alumni. Another one out of Naperville, Illinois. 23-year-old, just like Patrick Doody. New York's preparing to make a substitution themselves. Franklin Castellanos getting ready to come in. Leo Stoltz pushing along that far side. Gets taken down. Free kick coming now for New York. Substitution will come first. Franklin Castellanos, and it's going to be for Juan Sebastian Sanchez is the substitution.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
So the sub made first. Castellanos coming in for Juan Sanchez. So Juan Sebastian Sanchez is done here for the day. Castellanos coming on. Castellanos, a goal so far this season. His 12th appearance. All but 2 as substitutes. Juan Sanchez finishing another strong performance for him. The young player continuing to settle into the professional game. Pleva laying it off here for Martin. Wide to McClaws. Bonomo running down that sideline. Barreled over there by Musa, James Musa. A little out of control. A definitely physically imposing center back is Musa out of New Zealand. Played in the 2011 U20 World Cup for them. McClaws here, the chance to take. Can New York get the lead back? McClaws floats it in. Flicked on at the near post. Still alive. Manolo Sanchez trying to run it down. He does. Takes the quick throw in. Castellanos here right off the bench. Can he bring similar effect to Sulka did the other way? Rankin finally wins it away. Pressure on high from New York. St. Louis able to break it. Fans, Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. It's at Nike Soccer on Twitter and Nike.com/soccer. This foul going against Speedy Williams. Alec Can coming forward. Look most likely to hit it long here. He's got Brian Gall to aim at down the middle. Gall going up against Pleva, and Pleva able to win it. Flicked on and out for a New York Red Bull 2 goal kick. Marius Obakop got the scoring. Started in the 40th minute Off an assist from Jamie Thomas, his first assist of the season. Brian Ciasulca on his first touch as a substitute in the 72nd minute. Hit a gorgeous shot on the ground, curling inside that near post, the right-hand post of Castaño to level it for St. Louis FC. And so far, neither team has had a good look so far to get the winner, but Castellanos trying to change that now. But Nomo here in his first performance gets it wide to Sanchez. Manolo Sanchez hits the shot, but pulls it way wide of that far post. Claps his hand there in disappointment. Sean McClaw's run down the wing pulled the fullback duty off of Manolo Sanchez, giving him space to shoot. Just couldn't get a handle of it. Have to think New York will try and keep things sped up. Looking for a win at home. Be a crucial victory. This point would still put them in 5th place. They'd love to keep a lead on Pittsburgh and Harrisburg as well and keep the gap as close as they can with Richmond. Brian Gall down in the corner. Back to Ciasulca, our goal scorer. Going to create space. Gall dropping it back now to Duty. We've seen quality service he has with that left foot. Gall here. Bangs it off of Conrad Pleva. Duty now floats it in. Won by Martin. Stoll's here with space. He's got 2 runners. Bonomo's now is offsides. Stoltz waiting too long. Back line stepping up organized. Bonomo getting caught offsides. The next generation of young players for New York Red Bulls too also playing today. New York Red Bulls U23 PDL side out in Seattle playing in the USL PDL Championships at Starfire. They've just scored 2 goals. They trail 4-3 now in the 84th minute. That team full of New York Red Bull Academy talent like Georgetown and USU 18's Alex Muil, as well as the Gem out in Akron and a lot of other top talent players. This New York Red Bull Academy continuing to turn out pros. This team stock chock full of them from front to back. Castaño, Pleva all the way up to Juan Sanchez. Stolz now curls it in. Henry Martin beaten to the ball by Can. Can now with the long punt, trying to play it into the path of Ambersley. Ambersley now trying to hold up, waiting for teammates. Acres of space, but Gall able to cover it. Gall now. So switch the point of attack. Ciasulca. Wide to the substitute, Kelly. Kelly looking to cut back in on his right foot. Can't get a shot away. Gets it to Rankin. Rankin back to Kelly. Kelly's shot deflected. And Castaño able to get back up off his knee and make the save. This game, as all USL regular season and playoff games, is available live, free and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. Free kick now for New York. They look to take quickly. St. Louis almost scoring the exact same way New York did in the first half off the opposing team's corner kick. The clean, quick counterattack. Kelly's shot taking the deflection, but just wouldn't fall quick enough. Ciasulca there with the slide tackle. Goes out off of St. Louis. St. Louis here, sporting their away blues. Akinyode with the mistake. St. Louis now will look to push some numbers high. Pressure New York deep in their own corner as McClaws will take the throw in. Claus quickly back to Pleva. Pleva plays it right up the middle dangerously, but Williams able to handle it. Rankin puts the pressure on. Heffron able to get out. Eventually won away by St. Louis. Marr there. His ball up the line. Castano can't save it. And it goes out for a goal kick. Interesting enough, it looked like Castano thought it was going to be out on his own team. Made the effort to save it. Failed. And ended up being rewarded with the goal kick. Castano with the long ball. Bonomo beat out there by Bouchou. Heffron over the top, but Musa dropping deep. Flicked it on there. Maybe he didn't realize he had that much space. Long ball from Ken. Duty with the perfect layoff to Kelly. Kelly sliding through the ankles of Akinyode, and he picks up a yellow card.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. The referee has issued a yellow card to St. Louis FC's number 24, Pete Kelly, in the 84th minute.
St. Louis not happy with the call there. Good win there from Heffron. Can he push the counter the other way? New York may have numbers if they hurry. Heffron able to beat one last man. Puts the cross in. Laid it there on the ground for someone to close on too far in front of Williams. And back behind Bonomo. Heffron now going to catch his breath over the end line. Pleva gets it up to Williams. Bonomo battling there. Fink comes away with it. Off to Musa, now up. Ambersley. Wide to Gall. Coach is trying to get Gall to take his man one-on-one. He looked to play Ambersley through, and Castano able to read it. Just about 85 minutes played here. Not much time left for these two teams. 4 minutes to play. Stolz now gets it up to Castellanos. Castellanos cuts back. Back to Stolz. Stolz, space in the box. His shot blocked by Musa. Heffron now. Can New York get a second opportunity? The best look of the second half for New York. Stolz didn't pull the trigger quick enough. Musa was able to close in the end. Heffron here. He's got defenders all around him, knocked away. And it'll be St. Louis ball. Our head referee making the call there. Ambersley flicks it on, but New York has everyone up. Stolz now with space on the top of the box, takes the right-footed shot, leans back a little bit too far, and hits it high. Leo Stolz now back-to-back shooting opportunities for him as New York starts to turn the screws a little with just a few minutes to play and puts the pressure on. Coach Wolonek, it looks like we'll have one more roll of the dice as Daniel Bedoya prepares to come in off the bench. Scored a late goal against Richmond to secure a victory last week. Could potentially do it again here. Ambersley looking to complete the comeback for St. Louis. Can they come from 1-0 down? Ambersley here with the shot. Saved by Castano. And wide of that far post. Out for a corner kick, Santiago Castano. Call to action there. He hasn't had much to do in this one. Makes a huge save. Off the shot, off the foot of Mike Ambersley. An offside call there off the corner kick. An interesting call. Must have been called on Rankin on the second pass. Castano here will take it quickly. New York, though, still transitioning. Caught out. Possession back to St. Louis. Rankin able to get it to the middle of the field to Gall. Gall back wide again. Shot comes in from Siasulka. Still alive in the box. Pleva able to get it under control. St. Louis FC now looking for the win. Another cross comes in over the head of Kelly. Gall's the first one there. He's got McClaws one-on-one. Plays it into Kelly. Kelly to the top of the box. Shot deflected. Bushu looks for it again. Akinyode comes away with it. Now Leo Stoltz has acres of space. He's got Castellanos on the far side. He plays Bonomo in, but Bonomo offside. Leo Stoltz here for the second time. Coach Wolnick not happy there with that one, talking to Bonomo. Bonomo just holds his run there. He's going to be in on goal as the substitution now officially made. Daniel Bedoyle coming on for Devin Speedy Williams, Jamaican native, in his third straight start for this team. Another good performance from him. Does either team have a winner in them? Minutes left to play here at the Red Bull Training Facility in Hanover, New Jersey. This USL match between St. Louis FC and New York Red Bulls 2. Duty gets it to the St. Louis goal scorer, Siasulka. James Musa, the center back, playing as an additional forward there. Castano now to take this goal kick. 3 minutes, a minimum of 3 minutes of added time. Bonomo able to win that one. Battled back between these two teams. St. Louis able to finally come away with it. Ambersley has options. He's got Rankin out wide right. Rankin's one-on-one with the center back, Pleva. Lays it off to the top. Kelly now can't turn on the shot. Siasulka takes another shot. And that one all the way across the face of goal and out for a goal kick. Rankin there isolated one-on-one with the center back. You think he'd take the chance to take the man on. Now Heffron out to defend. Castellanos does a good job helping defensively for his fullback. Can't get by Marr. Cross comes in over the head of Gall. Kelly flicks it back down. Ambersley can't get the shot away. Akinyode reading the play the whole way. And the foul eventually called. As we have the warning of 3 minutes of additional time, which we have now entered. So a minimum of 3 more minutes for these two teams to try and get the winner. New York Red Bulls 2 right now 1. St. Louis FC 1. It would be a big win for both of these teams in their search for a playoff spot. Stoltz here. He's got Musa on his back. Duty coming over to help. Gets it back to Manolo Sanchez. Sanchez trying to link up with Bedoya. They get their wires crossed. Sam Fink coming away with it. The center back continues his run. Ambersley loses possession. St. Louis FC might be out of position a little bit defensively if New York can hurry. Castellanos now coming in field. Bedoya lays it off. Castellanos with the shot and the goal! Franklin Castellanos off the bench with the 1-2 and deep into stoppage time. The 91st minute. New York Red Bulls 2 look like they have a winner. Daniel Bedoya comes off the bench. Daniel Bedoya came off the bench late in this one. He gets the assist. Saw Sam Fink push forward, the center back. New York quickly gets on their horse offensively, going back the other way, and the firepower off the bench. Franklin Castellanos with his second goal of the season gets himself what will look to be the game winner. Daniel Bedoya with what will be his first assist of the season. And Franklin Castellanos, what a moment for him. He scored the opening goal in the victory over Chelsea for New York Red Bulls just a few weeks ago. Gets his second goal for New York. He scored in the last matchup against St. Louis FC. As Bonomo gets called offsides again. The referee allows St. Louis to play on. St. Louis, not a lot of time now. The 92nd minute. Musa able to go by the first man. Musa, a good goal-scoring center back. Scored a hat trick for the New Zealand U23 team in qualifying. A long throw coming here. Brian Gall, the big option in the box, goes over his head. Cleared by Heffron. The St. Louis have one more chance in them. They've already battled back from a one-goal deficit so far in this game. And that will be it as our head referee calls time. New York Red Bulls 2 coming away with the dramatic victory. Don't forget, New York Red Bulls 2 upcoming home match Wednesday, August 12th at 7:30 p.m. as the Charlotte Independents come to town. For tickets and more info, log on to NewYorkRedBulls.com or call 1-844-22-RBNY2. Marius Obakop with the opening goal in the 40th minute. Brian Ciasluka made it 1-1, but Franklin Castellanos with the stunning extra stoppage time goal to get New York Red Bulls 2 a 2-1 victory, move to 9-7-4 and 31 points. St. Louis FC drops to 5-8-7, still at 22 points. Thanks so much for joining us here on NewYorkRedBulls.com. Don't forget, August 12th, our next broadcast. For David Goss and everyone here, have a great day.